everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. Hi, hello. Welcome to the holiday vlogs. So first and foremost, before we get into anything, we are going to cue some B-roll. officially December 28th. I don't know what day it is. What day is it? 27th! I'm a day off. It's fine. It is December 27th, and I wanted to pop in now that I have a moment to chat to you guys alone from the cabin and tell you a little bit about my holiday so far. It's been nice. So far, so good. I got off of work on the 22nd a little early, managed to wrap up last minute gifts, ended up making very last minute decision to get my mom a thrifted sweater and then embroider the cuffs. I don't know if I've ever explained that in one of these vlogs before, but that is what I decided to do. You would have seen that in the B-roll. She has thus worn it multiple times. She wore it on Christmas Day, right after opening it when we were coming up to the lake, and then yesterday as well. So she's been wearing it all the time, and she really enjoys it. She really likes the way it fits, so yay. Christmas Eve, went over to mom and dad's. We got the bean on the couch over there, who just had a face wash because she threw up outside because she's anxious, which is, you know, anxiety runs in the family apparently. Went to mom and dad's after getting the last 2 minute things done, last wrappings, etc., etc., and then spent Christmas Eve with them. We watched a bunch of Christmas movies. Of course, we always watch The Santa Claus on Christmas Eve with Tim Allen. It is my favorite Christmas movie. And then my favorite movie of all time is The Holiday, which we then watched Christmas Day up here at the lake. And then, you know, as I said, Christmas Day, we were at the lake. So after opening all the gifts Christmas Day, we came up here and have been here since. And we're going home tomorrow, which is the 28th. That makes more sense. We're going home on the 28th. It's been pretty chill. So far, I have read a bunch of things. I decided, because I think I talked about it in a previous video, that I think it was in my December TBR video, that I was gonna do like a cozy reading type of situation at the lake around Christmas, and I have been succeeding. I have thus far finished 3 books, which is great. 2 of which were for that cozy thing, one of which was just the only Christmas book I have on this on my TBR. Talk about that one first because I started this one Christmas Eve. So this is A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julie Murphy and Sierra Simone. This is the first in a new Christmassy, Christmas rom-com-y type thing from the author duo. My friend Sophia got me this last year for Christmas because this kind of blew up around my group chat with my friends last Christmas. Everyone was reading it and everyone was really liking it. So I had it on my wish list at the time and my friend Sophia got it for me. And I saved it for this year because I only really read Christmassy type romances around Christmas. This one was just okay for me. I think, like, I really, really liked a lot of elements of it, but there was one crucial thing that bothered me too much, and that was the romance. Like, okay, I understand. This follows a sex worker, Bea Hobbs. She is a porn star, and it follows a boy band sensation who like fell from glory, Nolan Shaw. After, like, as he's trying to make his like debut, like a second shot at a career type of thing, and they are both hired on to do a very sweet Hallmark movie type of movie together. It's run by the manager of the porn company that Bea Hobbs works for, so that's why she was hired, and like a lot of the staff is in the porn industry. They're all like really fun and lovely. I really liked all the characters. I will say I liked all the characters except for Nolan. He felt like a piece of paper to me. He was just, I don't know, like him and Bea don't really make sense to me. And I'm gonna explain why. So yeah, so it's based on them two being the leads in the movie. And Bea is plus size and super body positive. And Nolan immediately recognizes her because of course he's been one of her top subscribers for the past 3-4 years, absolutely loves her and has fantasized about her forever. And she has fantasized about him because she's one of Ink's, the boy band's, biggest fans. So their whole attraction and relationship is built off of that, which is fine. I don't mind that, the fact that there was like lust before love in this relationship, and the fact that Bea and Nolan were like really attracted to each other and both had fantasies of each other before they even like, you know, got together. But my issue with them was that there was nothing after that. They were just living in that fantasy. They didn't really even get to know one another. Honestly, if you asked either of them questions about the other, guarantee they wouldn't be able to answer those questions because all they did was have sex. There's even a moment at the end where he's like, you were my fantasy and now you're so much better than my fantasy because you're real. And I'm like, my man, This is so creepy. Like, if this was anybody else except for the person that she's had the fantasy on for so many years, it would be considered to be creepy. But just because you're a beautiful, sexy boy band member that she's had a crush on forever, it's weird. It's built on like a parasocial relationship type of thing. It's built on a fantasy thing. And what bothered me the most was that there was no actual chemistry between them on a like intellectual level. Sure, they're very attracted to each other. They're very, you know, the lust was there. I don't see any chemistry between them on an intellectual level. And I'm like, okay, so that's a little sad. But I really, really did like B. Loved the portrayal of sex work in here. I absolutely loved the body positivity in here, and I really enjoyed the cast of characters around them. They were very fun. The book overall was quite fun, but the fact that this is a romance book and the only thing I'm going in for is the romance, and then I didn't really quite like the romance, you know? Anyways, so that was this one. It was fine. And then I ended up picking up Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, which wasn't on my December TBR. And it was bothering me when I was doing my December TBR because I couldn't remember. There was one more book that was considered cozy that I wanted to read on my shelves. I just couldn't remember what it was. It was this one. Coming out of it, I don't know if I would consider it cozy, but it to me kind of feels like The Natural History of Dragons by Marie Brennan, which makes a lot of sense as to why people kind of compare them, because they do have a very similar vibe. If you like The Natural History of Dragons, definitely pick this up. You're going to really enjoy this. And I did really, really enjoy this as well. I'm going to be checking out the sequel when that comes out. Definitely a really good vibe. I had a lot of fun. So this follows Emily Wilde, of course, who is a professor, and it's written in like diary form. So every day she's like jotting down like what happens, whatever. She's a professor. She's going up into this very northern village, in a hard scrabble village in the far north. She wants to focus on her studies of the specific fairy folk up there. She ends up being joined by her incredibly irritatingly handsome academic rival, Wendell Bambleby, who manages to charm the townsfolk, muddle Emily's research, and utterly confound and frustrate her. So that was kind of fun. But again, like I actually liked their relationship more than I was thinking I was going to. And I'm intrigued to see where their relationship goes in the next book, because there was very little fruition of it in here. And I think that's because Emily herself is very out of touch with emotions and talking about emotions, and she doesn't really talk about feelings or how she feels about stuff. She's just interested in observing and kind of finding her way. I think that lends to the fact that we didn't really get a lot of the romance type stuff. That is okay, but I did enjoy the atmosphere of this book. It was beautifully written. Yeah, I think it falls under the cozy adjacent category for me, at least, because there's a fair bit of action. There's a fair bit of like, you know, harder edge stuff in here. It also kind of reminded me a little bit of one of Naomi Novik's books. I think it's Spinning Silver, the one. I think that's the only one that I've read, where there's like an Ice King type of edition in here. Interesting. But yeah, this was also okay. And then today, we probably had the highlight of it all, where I've read the entirety of Cursed Cocktails by S.L. Rowland. This was genuinely an utter delight. Top to bottom, incredibly well written. Every once in a while, would kind of find myself going like, okay, I wish this would pick up a little bit. But the atmosphere of the story and the ease in the writing and the comfort in it just kept me going no matter what. And I was never really truly bored. But I did wish like there was something else just a little bit going on to pull the story forward, but it was still absolutely wonderful and fantastic, and I highly recommend it if you guys like softer, cozier tales. This follows Roran, who is a blood mage, and he has chronic illness due to his magic. Every time he uses his magic, it like destroys him more. So he's dealing with incredible chronic pain. He learns at the beginning of this book that going to a warmer climate might help that. So he decides to move to a warmer climate to test this, and he finds a place in Eastbourne, which is a sort of seaside town, kind of bustling river city. He like meets local bartender who he really enjoys, and you know, all this kind of stuff. He ends up buying a place that is supposedly cursed because like previous shop people have only stayed there for a couple months at a time before leaving because there's something there that keeps driving them away. Roran has this notebook of his father's recipes because his father, oh, there's a kitty outside. Hello, kitty. I don't know who you are, but hello. But yeah, his father has a notebook of recipes that are all cocktail based. So he's like obsessed with like finding cocktails, and he traveled the entire known realm to amass this journal of cocktails. So, you know, eventually Roran ends up convincing the bartender that he meets, Callum, to help him open a spirit bar, essentially. That's what they do. It's very like typical Legends and Lattes form. You know, person moves to a new town. It's typical A Second Story form as well, because it's very similar to mine, except mine was, you know, bookstore, and you get a little bit more of the renovations and stuff like that. But yeah, this was lovely. Definitely recommend. Really liked the characters in here. I wish there was more women in here. There's a surprising lack of women in here. Literally everyone that Roran kind of deals with, except for their like witchy, awful neighbor, is a man. So I wish there was more women in here, and I wish there was more queerness in here, because it was very not there until the very end. And then I don't like in an extra like short story that was attached to the audiobook, there was like an extra like chapter essentially where we actually got to see the couple Roran and Callum together. But you don't get that for like the entirety of this, and you don't really get any like inkling as to it's going to happen at all unless you go in knowing that it's gay. So two things I wish were a little better was more of the actual like connection and romance between the two, because they were like incredible friends, but I didn't see any leanings or inklings on Roran's side that he was into Callum in any way until he kissed him in a moment of dire need. And I wish there was more women, because there was a serious lack of women. Those are the books that I have read. I've also made my way through some of Daniel Webb's Varsity Blues. This doesn't have an audiobook, so I'm taking it a little slower, and I wanted to work on an embroidery today, which is why I didn't continue reading it, but I'm about 70 pages in, and I'm also really enjoying this one as well. So this follows Gally, who is a bard who comes to a big city with like a goal sheet for herself. So she's like, okay, first up, we're going to get a high ranking teacher, and then we're going to get a job, and we're going to find room and board, and we're going to join the guild for all this kind of stuff. And so she does that at the beginning, and she finds a teacher willing to teach her. And then she ends up finding a tavern and basically convinces them to hire her as a dishwasher. Again, kind of a little lucky with the bard being a dishwasher at a tavern, but it's going about it in a very different way, obviously. And then I think this is also going to be sapphic, because Gally is very unapologetically into someone who is like a purveyor of the bar named Alex. She's apparently like super well put together. Let's see if I can find the image of her. But yeah, this is the copy of Bard City Blues that I got through the Kickstarter. Here she is. Isn't she cute? But this is the copy that I got through the Kickstarter. So the cover is different than if you find it on Amazon, which is really cute. I like this cover with Gally on the front. It's very sweet. Yeah, this is what I've been reading so far. I also have these two bad boys, of course, Pirate's Life for Tea and Bookshops and Bone Dust. I think I'm going to try tonight and get through Bookshops and Bone Dust, because this is the only one I have an audiobook for out of the 3 that I have yet to finish. But yeah, if I do finish another book this weekend, it will be this one. Or not this weekend, it's not the weekend. It is, did I say weekend vlog at the beginning of this vlog? No, I said holiday vlog. It is Wednesday today. This will probably be the one that I do finish, just because I have an audiobook for it. And it's not very long. It's about the same length as Legends and Lattes. It's just like 330 pages roughly. I assume this is gonna go real quick. I'm excited, because y'all know how much I love Legends and Lattes, so this one is definitely gonna be a good one. But yeah, the cozy vibes are iconic and amazing, and I'm thriving, truly. That's what's up, that's what's happening. I need to go refill my water. My parents got me Fae Farm for the Switch for Christmas, so I have been playing that. I got stuck in it last night, and I was up until like 1:30. My dad came out to switch the log in the fireplace, and he was like, Jenna, it is 1:30 in the morning. They do not know my abhorrent sleep schedule. And I was like, I am aware, Dave, but Fae Farm. I was just in bed like playing like a mad woman. So I'm really, really enjoying the game, and it's adding to the cozy vibes perfectly. So I brought that out because I think I'm going to play it as well, because my mom and dad are currently across the street having drinks with our neighbors. So I'm looking after the dog because she has anxiety and threw up. So they were like, yeah, maybe we need to keep her chill. Tomorrow back home, it's gonna be Thursday. Probably need to go to the store tomorrow so I can get stuff ready for Friendsmas, which is Friday, the following day. Also, when I get home tomorrow, I gotta film Friday's video and Sunday's video, and then edit that, get that up, get that scheduled. But yes, and it's been lovely and cozy and relaxing so far, which is really nice. Of course, it's going by like that, which is very unfortunate, but that's how it's gonna happen, right? All right, friends, I will catch you tomorrow when I'm home. Friends, I don't know what day it is. We're in the middle of Crimbo Limbo. So I have been home for a few days from the lake, and today I spent journaling. So I have this bad boy prepped and ready, sneaky peeky, for 2024, and I'm very excited about that. But now I am so hungry. My stomach is rumbling, and it's because I just forgot to eat lunch. We're back. We're gonna talk about the books that I've read so far this holiday season, and also some wonderful gifts that I've received from friends, which is lovely. Okay, so the books that I read at the cabin were as follows. Oh, I forgot Bookshops and Bone Dust up there. Hold on. Now we're good. Are we? No, I need to turn a little bit. Now we're okay. Only 3 minutes into this clip. These are the books that I read at the lake. There we go. Nope, not this one. Jesus Christ. These are the books that I read at the lake. So, as I've previously explained, I read Merry Little Meet Cute and Emily Wilde's Encyclopedia of Fairies, and also Cursed Cocktails. And then I was in the last day of being at the lake, I ended up reading all of Bookshops and Bone Dust, and guys, this was so good. Does it meet and match Legends and Lattes in my mind? Yes. Yes, it does. Oh, it was so lovely. Oh my God, it was so lovely. I adored every second of this. I went in with kind of lower expectations because Legends and Lattes is one of my favorite books of all time. So I was like, if this doesn't hit like that one does, that's totally okay. I'm going in for cozy mainly, so this is gonna be great no matter what. But oh my God, was it so lovely. I adored the characters, I adored the setting. It's very reminiscent of A Second Story because of the bookshop aspect. So this follows Viv, of course, who is the main character of Legends and Lattes as well. This is back when she was an actual like warrior fighter person, part of a band of mercenaries, and she ends up getting injured during a job, and they leave her in a seaside town so she can recoup. And because she's very restless and doesn't like sitting very often, she ends up, you know, kind of walking around this tiny town and meeting a lot of people there and finding herself in a bookshop that is very ramshackle, very disgusting, kind of smells off and like isn't getting a lot of people in. And she meets the bookseller, Fern, who is a ratkin, and Fern's amazing Griffith, I think it's called. It's like a pug owl combination. And she ends up helping Fern kind of revamp the bookshop very slowly. And there's also like a necromancer on the loose, which was what Viv was originally hunting with her band of mercenaries. So it's got a little bit of stakes, it's got a little bit of something going on. I loved every second of this. It was absolutely fabulous, and I think my favorite read of the weekend, or of the week, because Christmas landed on a Monday this year, so this is my favorite read of the week, and I've just adored it. But close second is definitely Cursed Cocktails. and I am so happy about that. But yeah, so those were the cozy books that I ended up reading at the lake for my cozy Christmassy time, which I'm really happy with. I ended up coming home to a package on the doorstep where I got sent by the author herself, Megan Mazzaferro, Have Yourself a Magic Little Murder, which is a fun, cozy, Christmassy, witchy book, question mark. There's a mystery at the heart of it, and I ended up helping Megan with a lot of her cover stuff because I know the standards and I know what Amazon needs and things like that. So any questions that she had, I was here for it. So she sent me the book as a thank you for helping her with all that kind of stuff, which is just so sweet of her. And I'm very excited to read this. I think I might just read it in the new year anyways, even though it is Christmassy, because I'm very intrigued by it and I kind of want to get into it. But so I also ended up getting 3 books for Christmas. 1 from my lovely friend and 2 from a family friend out in BC who always gets me books, which is just so lovely of her. She also sent me an Indigo gift card, which is just so nice. So that'll be just added to the money that I spend in the new year on books. But she ended up getting me Kate Morton's Homecoming, which I've read a few of Kate Morton's books in the past and I do enjoy her as an author. And she also got me Carly Fortune's Meet Me at the Lake, which I believe one of Carly Fortune's books was kind of a little bit buzzworthy on Book Talk. I know nothing about this, but it's fun. So she always gets me interesting books that I might not necessarily pick up and read myself, but now I own, so I might pick it up at some point. And then my lovely friend Alexander got me The Vampires of El Norte by Isabel Cañas, which was on my wish list and I'm so excited for. I've been meaning to pick up an Isabel Cañas book for a while. I just heard amazing things about these books, and this is vampires, this is mystery, this is vampires and vaqueros face off on the Texas-Mexico border in the supernatural western from the author of The Hacienda. Yes, I'm so excited for this. So excited. He also got me these absolutely adorable Woodsy socks, which have little bears and little deers on them. I love it. My Secret Santa this year ended up getting me a couple things, which is so lovely. He ended up getting me a box of Lindor chocolates and some like peanut brittle, and then these 2 things. He got me one of these like light panel book lights, which I need to get batteries for, but it's one of these that like lay on the page and it like lights up the page, which is so nice to have as a like lower intensity, just as a lower intensity book light, because I have this one here which I wanted to give away, which goes around my neck, but it is very bright and I actually use it more for embroidery than I do for reading. So this would be really nice to have for like lower intensity reading at the lake, especially because we have really terrible lighting at the lake. He also got me a mug warmer, which I'm so excited for. It's one of these bad boys that like you plug in and it like heats up your mug. I'm so excited. It like keeps your mug warm, because the amount of times that I heat up my fucking coffee during the day at work is unreal. And I mean at work, it's here in my kitchen, but like this is gonna be so nice. I'm so excited to give it a try. I should have tried it today when I was journaling, but because my coffee went cold within like 20 minutes, but that's okay. But I'm so happy with that. And then their card that they sent was Campbell's tomato soup, which is just so funny. It's an Andy Warhol collection that I believe my friend Yeleni ended up picking up because her boyfriend was my Secret Santa. Ended up picking up in Montreal, and it says have a super holiday on the inside. I love it. And this was probably gonna get framed and put up somewhere in my apartment because it's just so cute. I think it would be like a stunning little piece of art, just framed, simple tomato soup can. I love it. That's what I've got for the Christmas holidays from various people. Mom and Dad just spoiled me as they usually do. Got me lots of like snacks. I got me 2 new pairs of sweatpants, which is amazing because it's literally all I wear all winter while I'm working from home. And they got me Fae Farm, which I think I said earlier in this video, and I've been playing it exclusively. I didn't play it at all yesterday because I was getting ready for Friendsmas, which was yesterday. And I was cleaning and cooking and dealing with ornaments, which I finally hung up and got ready for my friends, and got the bags of nuts and bolts ready because my mom always makes so much nuts and bolts and my friends love the nuts and bolts, so I give it to them as like party favors every year, little baggies of them. I guarantee you half of them are probably done it already. And then they all came over. So yesterday was a busy day, but it was so lovely. Genuinely, like just having everyone in my place. I love Christmas. I love Friendsmas so much. And now it's just me for the rest of the holidays. I don't know what everyone is doing for New Year's. I don't have any plans. I've offered if anyone wants to come and do a chill New Year's with me. I will probably just be sitting here reading, but if someone comes over, I'll put on a movie and we'll just hang out and eat whatever leftovers I have from yesterday night, because I have so many leftovers of food. Although I probably will eat some of that tonight. I'm like trying to think of like what I should have for dinner right now, and I'm just like, I either have the soup that I made when I got home from the lake, because I made soup with like the turkey and ham leftovers, and just a bunch of veggies that I had in my fridge that were kind of going off. So I just cut them all up and used them in a soup, which was a great idea because that soup is so good. Actually, I might have the soup for dinner tonight. I have like meatballs left over from last night that will be made into a pasta probably tomorrow, which sounds absolutely delightful. But yeah, but tomorrow is New Year's Eve, so I guess I'll be having pasta for New Year's, which sounds great. It's been a lovely, lovely holiday season. It feels like it's gone by so fast though. And it has, like, it's vanished, truly. I was trying to like plan out what I want to read for today and tomorrow, because the last 2 days of reading possible in 2023, I want to end the year reading Will of the Many, which is sitting behind me. I also am making my way through this one, Bard City Blues by Nathaniel Webb. I am currently on page 93, so I think I might try and dedicate some time to read this tonight and then just spend tomorrow reading The Will of the Many, which will be fantastic, will be wonderful. And then I'm already like kind of planning my first few reads of 2024. I have The Surviving Sky by Kritika Rao, I have Jonathan Strange, I have The Mask of Mirrors, which I picked up from my library. I have a whole bunch of library books that I would really like to read as well. So January is full of amazingness, and I really want to start reading Foundry Side as well, start that series video in the new year, but I'm trying to keep it chill for now. But yes, that's been the days, that has been the holiday for now. I am so pleased with my journaling that I did today. Genuinely, I'm so excited for you guys to see the video. I think it turned out pretty good. Speaking of videos, I still need to film and edit tonight my writerly wrapped, so I should do that now, and it'll be an easier edit too, because then I won't have to do like the split screen thing that I did with the, you know, filming thing. Anyways, I'm rambling. But yeah, so that's kind of what's up. That's what's happening. I've been planning my book purchase in 2024. I'm very excited because I'm going to be I'm trying to think about whether I want to do an online purchase first through Indigo, because I'm going to do the online purchase using the gift card and my points stocked up. So that'll be $100 worth of books that I can buy, which will probably be like $4 maybe, depending. 4 books from Indigo. And then I'm gonna like drain my Indigo account and just kind of leave it blank and leave it forever, because I'm moving over mostly to my indie bookstore, because the people behind Indigo are the CEOs and stuff, are big supporters, the IDF and Israel and whatever. So I'm moving over to McNally fully with my purchases. I just need to, you know, use up the points that are stocked and also the gift card that I just got for Christmas. And then I'm going to also make a purchase from Amazon, because there's a lot of indie books that I really want, and I have been saving in a very special bookish list, and I'm gonna like make the purchase. There are a bunch of cozy things that I'm gonna make a purchase of, and then I'm gonna go and in person I'm going to buy books with one of my friends. I'm gonna go and like make a purchase from McNally with a McNally gift card that I have and a couple other gift cards that I have, and then my own money. So it's gonna be a big like book purchasing January. But after I've decided, after the big purchasing of January, I'm gonna kind of go on a low-key book buying ban again and just coast with those, make my way through my TBR, because I have a lot of specific TBRs set up now. I have 12 books that my friends picked. Last night I had them actually pick through the books that I have on my shelves and pick ones for me to read this year. And I also have a 24 and 24 that I myself have picked through. I picked most of them before, so some of them overlap with the 12 and 12, which I don't mind. And you know, just like actually shrinking the TBR and stuff like that. And I think the purchase at the beginning of the year is going to be nice to stock my TBR for a whole bunch of time, and then I'll read and read and read and read and read. Anyways, yeah, I think I'm going to drink some water because my voice hurts from doing the journaling video and also talking to you guys now for 20 minutes. And I'm gonna go do my Writerly Wrapped video, and then I'm gonna eat dinner and everything's gonna be wonderful. I totally forgot to show you another gift. My beautiful friend Sophia gave me this amazing keychain. Gideon the Ninth. Don't look at me, look at the keychain. It's Gideon the Ninth with a beautiful sword. Her beautiful sword. I'm obsessed, and it's already on my keys. Because of course it is.
No, I missed it by 10 minutes one year.
You know what?
We're doing white people.
White people.
White people do banana ground. And we missed New Year's.
We missed it by 10 minutes one year.
We missed it by a minute. Please don't kill us. Ah! Woo! Cheers! Happy New Year! Hello friends, welcome to the very last day of the vlog. It is officially January 1st. Happy New Year. Did I do anything at all today? No, except for sitting on my couch and officially finishing both of my journals for 2024, of which I included a flip through of my 2024 journal right before this. 2024, I should specify, my personal like planner journal thing I'm obsessed with. I'm obsessed. Every time I look at this cover, instant serotonin, and that's the goal. That's the dream, that's the goal. And I also have my book journal set up. And I also finished my January spread as well. Mostly, there are a couple spreads in here that depend on a little like stamp kit that I have ordered from Amazon. Hasn't shipped yet. I don't know when it's gonna be here. It's dependent on that. So once that arrives, then the last bits will be stamped in, specifically like the year at the front of the reading journal and also at the front of the personal journal in there as well. In the front of the goals journal, I need the word goals at the top. And then in the January journal, I want January across here, and then I want TBR here. So little stamps, little things here and there. I'm very excited about it. And I'm very excited to see how the year goes. I'm so pleased with both of these. Very exciting, very fun. Today's just been a great like planning day for this kind of stuff. It's just, I feel so satisfied with the fact that I've spent 3 days solid working on these two. What a joy, truly. Both of these, oh, look at that. That one's a little bit different. Okay, so both of these are supposed to be A5 journal sizes. So we have the Celestial one, which is a little bit smaller than the yellow one, but that's totally fine. I picked this Celestial one up from Peter Popper Press off of Amazon for $15. It has 120 GSM paper, which is just incredible, iconic, wonderful. It's my favorite paper to work with because anything thicker just feels a little bit wrong. I don't know why, but it ended up being 195 pages, which is perfect because then I can include 135 pages worth of book journaling and also spreads tracking things as well. And I have an entire video filmed of me putting this together, except for my January spread, but like the yearly spread stuff that I will be putting up as an extra video on my channel soon. So watch out for that. And then this bad boy is just the Leuchtturm A5 120 GSM, their special ones, because usually the Leuchtturm 1917 brand, I've used like their regular bullet journal before and it's too thin. The paper is way too thin because I think it's either 80 GSM or 100 GSM, which is not thick enough paper. 120 though. Perfect. I've been using this specific journal for 3 years now and I love it. This is the 3rd year. I'm obsessed and I'm so glad they brought a yellow in because I was going to get the green this year because I had the blue for 2022 and the wine last year. And then I went in to get the green for this year because I was like, well, that's the only other one that I like. But then I saw this bright yellow and I screamed because I needed it desperately. So now I have this beautiful serotonin boost every time I look at my 2024 planner. And I'm so happy and pleased with the journaling that I was doing. But there is nothing like the time vanishing, like when you're doing crafts. It just slips away. And like, it's already 11. I've edited this vlog for the past hour and a half. All day today, I have been journaling. I only stopped once I was like done it, finished the January spreads kind of a thing at like 8. And then I ate dinner at 8 because I was like, I should probably eat. I'm very hungry. I need to finish this first and then clean my area, which I finally did. Got rid of all the paper scraps because if you journal, you know how the paper scraps just everywhere around you. That is the update on the journals, which is very exciting, very fun. Last night, or yesterday when I was journaling, I decided to start The Will of the Many, as I said I was going to, for the end of 2023. And I knew upon waking up that I probably wouldn't be able to finish the book if people were coming over for New Year's. I woke up and I didn't really know if anyone was coming. I kind of thought that maybe 2 of my friends were gonna like stop by at some point because they had mentioned they were going to another party and wanted something a little bit more chill to like do around midnight, hence mine. And so I was like, that's fine. But then my friend Sophia texted me and she's like, are you still okay with us coming? And I'm like, yes, please, because I don't want to feel so lonely on New Year's. Just the idea was kind of depressing me if I was going to be alone on New Year's, just reading. So I'm very happy that I got to both read and journal all day, make a delicious pasta dinner, and then had my friends come over at 9:30 and spend New Year's Eve with me. I have not laughed that hard in literally years at this point. I lost myself in laughing, which is my favorite thing. And I'm so glad that I got to spend the New Year's with Hannah, Samuel, and Sophia. It was perfect. It was a perfect New Year's Eve. Hannah and Samuel ended up bringing Anomia and Bananagrams and another game which we didn't end up getting into, but we played Anomia and Hannah brought it because she knows that I love Anomia. I love playing Anomia. I find it so fun. Am I good at it? No. The words vanish from my brain, but I love Anomia. We ended up playing 2 rounds of that and laughing so hard. Tears were streaming down our faces, which was just the best. And then we ended up playing Bananagrams, a regular form of Bananagrams, and then a special form of Bananagrams that my friend saw on TikTok, where it's basically you do like white people name or white women names, like what they would name their kids. So just like the weirdest combinations you can come up with. I think at one point I had Ian as IEUN. I had Nate as NAIT. I had like just the funniest shit that you can come up with, different spellings, that kind of thing. It was so genuinely funny, and we were so engrossed in it, even though I had a countdown on my TV and we were all kind of aware of what time it was. We missed New Year's by 1 minute because we were so in it. We were so in it. Like, my phone started blowing up with texts, and I looked up and I looked at the screen, and there were fireworks going off on the screen, and you could hear them in my neighborhood. And I was like, we missed New Year's by a minute because we were doing bananagrams. We're all very literary people, so it works. But yeah, that was last night. But yeah, as I was doing my bullet journal during the day, I was listening to the audiobook of this, and I got about 260 pages in, which is amazing, iconic, and fun. I have been enjoying the fuck out of this book. It is so good. It is giving the intrigue, the intelligence, the witticisms, I have no words for this fantasy book. It is so good. So it's following this, who I don't know who the fuck they are, and because they're very mysterious, and it's a first person POV, and which is, I don't know, find very rare in high fantasy, especially adult fantasy. This is 17, and he is hiding who he really is because something happened to his entire family, and he has to, because he's like, people are gonna kill me otherwise. He's working at a jail that is like threatening his sanity, ? And there's also like, he lives at an orphanage, and through this chain of events he meets this really high up person, because there's a very interesting like caste system in here, and this high up person ends up adopting him because he like sees something in this that will help him with his own nefarious means, and ends up like basically asking Vis if he can infiltrate this school and become this thing that Vis never intended to be a spy for him. And it's so twisting and turning and politically driven, and also just like genuinely so fun to listen to and read as well. So it is, as I said, just after 11, I do have to get this vlog up. But after that, I am reading more of this, because all day today, I've just been doing my journaling. I should have been listening to this book, but I was also watching some videos on YouTube. So I've been thinking about this all day. So I'm going to get back to it. The Will of the Many. Absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if this is going to be the first book of 2024, because there's also a book from the library that I really want to read that has to go back to the library this week. So I really need to get myself boogieing on it and start reading it. And hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's like a good start. It's called Shanghai Immortal. I'm not sure who the author is, but I'm going to pick that up this week, probably tomorrow after work. Because yes, we're back to fucking work tomorrow. I'm not back to teaching until next week, which is nice. So I can take the rest of this week's evenings to just get used to being back at work again, and then, slip back into the swing of things, if you will. My goodness gracious, what a wonderful holiday season. I'm so glad I got to share it with you guys, and I got to take you guys along. I'm excited to see where 2024 goes from here. You will be seeing some extra videos from me in the coming days. As I said, I have my bullet journal video I'm gonna edit and have up hopefully this week, because people are doing their journals now, so it'd be smart of me to have it up this week. And also my series number 5, which I finished in December. So I need to have that up. I need to edit it and put it up. Am I gonna do a December wrap up? I'm not sure if I'm gonna do a December wrap up or if I'm just gonna put up the series video number 5 this week. I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments if you want to see a December wrap up. And if you guys do, I will do one, put that up on Friday, and then keep the series video for an extra video at some point. But that's what's up, that's what's happening. Oh, and also one more thing. 38 minutes into the new year, I broke my book buying ban. Because as we were sitting and like chatting and drinking a little bit of Prosecco, I remembered that I had set up my book outlet cart, which I'm going to be doing a video this coming week that's going to be like a shop with me type of video where I talk through this more. But I ended up doing a book outlet order and like really like analyzing and finagling my carts around to like get my maximum purchasing type of situation with the gift cards that I have. I did do a book outlet order ahead of deciding to film it all, but yeah, last night I hit complete purchase I'm very excited about it. There are 6 books in that order that I'm so genuinely excited for. Diversifying my shelves this year. And then the Indigo order is going to happen in that video. And then this weekend coming up, I'm going to go to the bookstore with my friend Sophia. We're going to have a little coffee date, which is going to be great. I think it's going to become like an annual thing because we did this last year too, first weekend of January. I'm going to do some damage this weekend and get some more books physically in person. And I'm so excited about it. But yes, once the purchasing is done, I'm gonna like chill out for the rest of, I think, at least this quarter of the year. And then we'll see where the rest of the year takes me. But yeah, I think that was the last thing I wanted to update you on. I did break my book buying ban, but I made it from September when I went on this book buying ban to 2024. I did it. I did it. I have yet to recount all the books on my shelves and how many I have unread, but I think this week is I want to add a shelf, I think on Storygraph, where I document all the books that I have on my shelves that are unread and do like an owned bookshelves thing so I know what I have on my shelves. Anyways, that is it from me, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it to the end, leave me a little emoji down below and let me know how your New Year's has been so far. I know it's been barely 24 hours when you see this on the 2nd of January, but I hope you had a wonderful time and I hope you have a wonderful start to your new year. I love you guys so very much and I will catch you in another video very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.